training camp has descended into an absolute injury nightmare, and the secondary is dropping like flies. But out of complete desperation, the front office just dropped a massive news bomb that changes everything on defense. Veteran safety Xavier Woods is officially signing with the team, and this emergency move carries massive, ripple effect consequences for the entire roster. If you want the fastest, rawest, and most passionate football updates anywhere on YouTube, smash that like button, share this video with every fan you know, and subscribe right now. Are we witnessing a panic move to save a crumbling defense, or did the front office just execute a stroke of sheer genius to rescue our secondary? Look, we have to talk about the absolute bloodbath happening in the defensive backfield over the last 2 weeks of training camp. It feels like every single day another defender is heading to the medical tent, and fan anxiety was reaching a critical boiling point. The secondary went from being a projected group of strength to a total red alert disaster zone in a matter of days. When news dropped that Kobe Bryant suffered a severe knee injury, panic officially set in. Initial reports suggested he could be sidelined anywhere from 8 to 10 weeks, and even though the coaching staff pushed back on that timeline to evaluate further, we all knew deep down that a multi-week absence was practically guaranteed. Then came the devastating update on Dallas Flowers. During practice, he went down with what looked like a horrible leg injury, and the team officially placed him on season-ending injured reserve. That is a heartbreaking blow for a guy who fought off the practice squad late last year and was grinding to lock up a roster spot. On top of that, Elijah Hicks remains stuck on the physically unable to perform list with a lingering shin injury. Javarius Owens got banged up in practice. Terrell Smith is sidelined with an undisclosed issue, and the situation surrounding Kyler Gordon remains shrouded in mystery. With depth completely wiped out, the front office had zero choice. They could not just stand around twiddling their thumbs while the secondary crumbled before preseason action even really got underway. But here's why today's news is so thrilling. This was not some bargain bin filler signing. This was not grabbing an undrafted free agent like a Marlon Sewell just to throw a body out there and swallow up meaningless practice snaps. They went out and acquired a legitimate, proven, top-tier starting defender in Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods is entering his 10th season in the National Football League, and he is a seasoned warrior who has played a tremendous amount of high-level football. I know some fans might look at last year and get a little uneasy because he missed 6 games with minor injuries, but throughout his decade in the league, he has been absurdly durable. In 11 games with Tennessee last season, he still managed to snag 2 interceptions while playing stellar football in the back end. Throughout his career, he has primarily excelled as a coverage safety, which fits like a glove into what this defense desperately craves. His analytical grades consistently sit well above league average, and his coverage metrics were exceptional last year. When opposing quarterbacks targeted him in coverage, they generated a passer rating around 75. That is an elite statistic for a defensive back patrolling the deep third. While he is not going to be a heavy thumper down in the box, his ability to match up downfield, track the football, and eliminate big plays in the passing game gives this defense exactly what it lacked outside of takeaways last season. You do not play in 134 career games in this league by accident. Out of those 134 games, Xavier Woods has started 121 of them. Think about that level of experience. He boasts over 600 career tackles, 15 interceptions, 50 pass breakups, 11 tackles for loss, and 5 forced fumbles. He has operated in almost every defensive system imaginable, having spent 4 years in Dallas, a season in the NFC North with Minnesota, a couple of years in Carolina, and his recent stint in Tennessee. At 31 years old, he still has plenty of juice left in the tank. This is an immediate, starting caliber injection of talent right when the team needed it most. Now, before we break down how the depth chart shakes out, I want to pose our question of the day to everyone watching. In one single word, what is your exact reaction to signing Xavier Woods? Is it relief, necessity, or concern? And do you think he should automatically start Week 1 over our rookie talent? Drop your answer in the comments below right now because I want to read what you guys think. The domino effect of this move across the entire defensive backfield is fascinating. While Woods might not step onto the practice field tomorrow morning taking first-team reps immediately, make no mistake about it, he is heading straight for a starting spot. Putting him on the back end next to our prized rookie first-rounder Dylan Thieneman makes infinite sense. We are all insanely hyped about Dylan Thieneman's raw potential and instincts, but he is still a rookie adjusting to the speed of the professional game. Pairing an incoming rookie with a 10-year veteran like Xavier Woods gives you veteran instincts, elite pre-snap communication, and stability on the back end while Kobe Bryant heals up. This move also solves a massive dilemma regarding Cam Lewis. Because of the wave of injuries at safety, Cam Lewis was forced to slide backward into deep coverage. Lewis is an incredibly valuable defensive piece because he cross-trains at both safety and nickel cornerback, but forcing him deep was taking away from his strength. With Woods coming into the building to handle safety, Lewis can immediately shift back over to nickel cornerback and lock down the slot. With Kyler Gordon currently sidelined, Lewis was already taking charge in that nickel battle, and now he can focus exclusively on that role without being stretched thin across multiple positions. That shift protects the defense from disaster. As much respect as we have for guys like Jalen Jones and Josh Blackwell on special teams, forcing them to play meaningful defensive snaps in the secondary for an extended period is a recipe for getting carved up by elite quarterbacks. Pushing Cam Lewis back to nickel gives us a veteran presence who has proven he can hold down the fort. Imagine trotting out this starting secondary for Week 1, Jalen Johnson and Tariq Stevenson holding down the perimeter at outside cornerback, Xavier Woods and Dylan Thieneman locking down the safety spots, and Cam Lewis working inside at nickel. When Jalen Johnson is playing at an all-pro level, he wipes out half the field on his own. Suddenly, a secondary that looked like it was in full collapse morphs into a tough, ball-hawking unit that can hold its own against anyone. Another massive hidden benefit to signing Xavier Woods is that it completely removes any urge to rush Kobe Bryant back before he is ready. Bryant signed a huge 3-year, $40 million contract, and he is a core pillar of this secondary's future. The last thing anyone wants is for him to rush back from any injury, play at 80%, and risk a catastrophic setback. If Bryant needs 6 weeks instead of 3 to get his body back to 100%, Xavier Woods gives this coaching staff the luxury to sit him down and let him fully recover. We want Bryant healthy for the long haul, and Woods buys the training staff precious time. It is still a tough pill to swallow for a guy like Dallas Flowers, but going to season-ending IR allows him to stay under contract and receive his paycheck while rehabbing, which is a silver lining for a hard-working player. Meanwhile, spirits around camp are lifted knowing help has arrived. Kyler Gordon was seen looking absolute jacked and signing autographs for fans after practice, showing that his energy remains high as he works toward returning to the field. The front office saw a fire spreading in the secondary and threw a hammer blow to put it out. Bringing in a battle-tested veteran like Xavier Woods stabilizes the roster, protects our young stars, and keeps playoff ambitions firmly on track. What an incredible turn of events on a Friday afternoon.